All right, everybody, this is Jason Goodson. I am just doing a test run here. We're about 30 minutes until first pitch here in Walnut Grove High School in Prosper, Texas. Here's what I would like to see happen. I want you guys to help me out by give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, everything is good. I see that we're on. Can everybody hear me? Y'all leave me a comment. Facebook, YouTube. Y'all like it, share it out, please, so that people can catch on and know that we are up and running. I'm going to start in about 9 minutes, I guess, 9 or 10 minutes with the pregame show. Like I said, we have some really good seats here. We're right next to the net on the third base side. The camera is set up. We shouldn't have any problems with the camera tonight being shaky or anything like that. It's in a stable position away from people. So we should have a first to third look at least. We'll miss the corners of the field. But we'll have the rest of the field and the majority of the action in front of you tonight for sure. So before we get all jumped into starting, hey, Amy Castleberry, glad you're watching. Everybody thumbs up. Hear me okay? We're good. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm going to have to mute it because of the music for Facebook. Then at 5:45, I'm going to come back on live and we'll start the pregame show and get everybody ready for the start of this one here for the semifinals. It's going to be a good one. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this one. It's the UIL 3A Division I State Semifinal pregame show. Mineola Lady Yellow Jackets versus the Iowa Park Lady Hawks in the best of three series from Walnut Grove High School here in Prosper, Texas. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by the sports marketing class at Mineola High School. All right, so tonight, the Lady Jackets are one series away from Austin, Texas, one series away from the UIL State Championship, and two outstanding softball programs collide here in Prosper, Texas, as the Mineola Lady Jackets battle the Iowa Park Lady Hawks in the UIL 3A Division I State Semifinals. Welcome to the Nest Game Day Live pregame show presented by the sports marketing class here at Mineola High School. Like I said earlier, good evening, everybody, and welcome into Walnut Grove High School here in Prosper, Texas. And if you've never been here, it's quite the sight to see. When we pulled in, it looked like a small college, a small D2 college, and it has all kinds of stuff going on. It had $3 billion worth of school that we're sitting in right now, including the softball and baseball packages that they put in. Such a nice facility. If you can't make it out tonight and you get a chance to make it tomorrow night, come on out, as Coach Cheshire is going to walk up here to give away the lineups here at the plate for the plate meeting. So we're not too far away from getting started. 6 p.m. start time here tonight. But we're in the best of three series. And if you're joining us via YouTube and Facebook, we want to say thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, and share it out so people will have an opportunity to watch and see it tonight, as the Lady Jackets enter tonight with an outstanding record of 32 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties overall. Across the field, the Iowa Park Lady Hawks come in at 30 wins and 8 losses on the season with 1 tie. So there are 2 elite softball teams, top 4, final 4 here in the state of Texas 3A Division I. 2 explosive offenses, 2 outstanding pitchers, and like I said earlier, a trip to Austin on the line. So the road to Prosper has been impressive for the Lady Jackets. We'll start with them. Mineola began the postseason in the by-district round against Tatum and handled business in 2 straight games, and then came to the area round against Hugh Springs, which was a really tough round for the Lady Jackets. So that series tested the Lady Jackets, but Mineola answered the challenge by winning 2 out of 3 there after losing the first one 2 straight, all in comeback fashion. So in the regional finals, Mineola swept Gunner in 2 straight games and continued building momentum. And then last week, the Lady Jackets made a statement in the regional finals against Whitesboro. Now Mineola dominated the series at 2 straight games to punch their ticket here tonight to the state semifinals. And it's important to remember that the Whitesboro Lady Cats from last week had to defeat Iowa Park last year to go to this state game, and they ended up losing to They ended up losing the state game to Grandview, who is still in the top 4 this season, or this top 4 as well. It tells you how dangerous that this is tonight for the Lady Jackets, but they have a right squad to come in here, the right offense, the right defense, the right mindset to come in here and handle business. Let's take a quick look at Iowa Lady Parks here, or the Iowa Park Lady Hawks here. I'm going to fumble that all night long. But this is a program that knows what postseason softball feels like. They've been here. They were here last year and lost in this round to, like I said earlier, Whitesboro. So this season, they're back with unfinished business here. So the Lady Hawks finished district play with a 10-2 record and feature one of the most dangerous offensive lineups Mineola has seen all season. So here are the big bats to watch tonight for the Lady Hawks. Hallie Kennedy batting .456. Callista Barrett hitting .442. She's their pitcher. Rowan Pike batting .394. And Bailey Martinez hitting .383. This lineup can swing it from top to bottom. And then there's the pitching. Callista Barrett had a dominant season. She has 29 wins, only 6 losses, and 337 strikeouts, and an ERA of just 105. So Barrett has signed to continue to play softball career at West Texas A&M University. And another Lady Hawk standout, J.C. Barnes, will continue playing softball at North Central Texas College. So this Iowa Park team is experienced, they're talented, and they're motivated. But here's what I say for the Lady Jackets. Hey, right in their last names right there for Iowa Park. When they do these starting lineups, yeah. Thank you. Got to get my help to help me out now. And then there's Powers numbers in the postseason, right? They're doing a great job here. Listen, Journey Wilson has 5 home runs here for the Lady Jackets. Mineola McMahon has added 2 since starting the playoffs. Coco Wynn has 5 home runs in this playoff run, too. Callie Kretzberg has gone deep once, and so has Caroline Castleberry. So we definitely have the power, definitely have the offense, and we definitely have the great pitching and defense to go along with just a complete overall team. It's going to be a good one here. Should be evenly matched. Should be fun to watch. Keys to the game for this one. Start fast offensively for the Lady Jackets. They're going to be the visitors tonight. They'll be batting first, and so they do need to have a fast start. Another great pitcher in Callista Barrett. Last week, the young lady that they face has signed an intent to play with Texas Tech. So I have a strong emotions and momentum here about our Lady Jackets. So if the Lady Jackets come in here and control their emotions and they can play good softball, it's a big atmosphere. It's a big crowd tonight. Everybody's here. Everybody is shown up tonight. It's been cool. So for those of you who are watching and paying attention online and at home for the state semifinal here tonight, I'm Jason Goodson. This is the Nest Game Day. And even though they have a lot of dangerous hitters, we need to keep going strong defensively and making great plays. All right, so what's at stake for this one? This is what's at stake. It's high school softball. It's what it's all about. We're 1 series away from Austin, ladies and gentlemen. 1 series away from playing for a state championship at the University of Texas. So every pitch matters, every at-bat matters, and every defensive play matters. And tonight, 2 teams with championship dreams collide here in Prosper. We're just moments away from the first pitch here at Walnut Grove High School. Again, tonight, it's the UIL 3A Division I State Championship Finals. The Mineola Yellow Jackets and the Iowa Park Lady Hawks in the best-of-3 series with a trip to Austin on the line. We want to thank everybody watching tonight on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to like this stream, subscribe it to the channel, share tonight's broadcast with the Lady Jacket fans everywhere. That's going to help pay me. All right, and here's what paying me does. It allows people to see what's going on with our high school. It promotes our high school. It promotes what our class is. It promotes what we are doing. And we're trying to build a program, and every bit of what you guys do are helping out. So we appreciate you, the listener and the watch here tonight. Hopefully the camera will be stable. You'll get to see first to third, and we're going to miss the corners. But I'm Jason Goodson. It's the Game Day Live crew here in sports marketing class and Mineola High School. First pitch coming your way next here on the Nest Game Day Live.
Batting ninth at shortstop, number 20, Farrah Pike. And in the flex tonight, playing right field, number 4, Lila Bodkin. Your substitutes are number 2, Rylan Rashid, number 5, Micaiah Ratliff, number 8, Avery Sheary, number 10,
Finishing up the lineups here for the Lady Hawks. We'll have the national anthem right afterwards, and then we'll begin playing some state semifinal softball. I'm fired up. Got some lot of help today. We're in a, if I could describe it to you, you can't see behind me, but we're going to do the anthem real fast, and we will be right back in just a second. All right, so here we go. About to get started here for the state semifinals. I'm Jason Goodson, and we are live here in Walnut Grove, the home of the Wildcats, and the home here in Prosper, Texas. Let me describe the field to you a little bit. It's 205 down the right field line, 205 to center, 205 down left, and 205 in the alleys. And it is about a 10-foot fence. It's quite much larger than last week's fence that we had in Cattle Mills against the Lady Cat from Whitesboro. But you're going to have to hit it up in the air and get it out of here and hit it pretty hard. The wind is blowing, kind of giving you a little right to left look from right field to left field, but it's pretty much the same type of wind that we had last week, but it's one of those winds that really is allows us to get in there and go to work and try to drive it out of the park here. So, but tonight, here we are. First pitch coming up right now. Caroline Castleberry, the leadoff for the Lady Jackets, steps in. And quite the story for Caroline Castleberry in the playoffs. She's been great from the leadoff spot. She's had a home run. She's had a triple beginning games, and here she comes right here. And at ball one on the first pitch here. I can't see the blue right here, so I'll do my best to. We are sitting down below the fans tonight. We are in a space in between the stands. They're lifted up behind us, strike one. So ball one, strike one here to Castleberry. Bartlett in the circle for them, down low and away. Ball two, strike one to Castleberry. Here's the situation though, but it's fans are way above us. They're up above us. It's going to be loud on both sides tonight. It's already a great atmosphere. This one is foul tip back, and she kind of reached out across the plate for it. Maybe fooled a little bit on that one. Caroline with 2-2. This one down and low and away, works a full count here, and already a good at bat for Castleberry here in the top of the first. Iowa Park, the home team tonight. Mineola will be the home team in the first game tomorrow night, and if there's an if game, they'll do a flip. But Lady Jackets will be on the third base side of the dugout for all games, and they'll be on the first base side. Swings through that one, strikes out, but a really good pitch there. It's up and out, and she swings through that one. Now the shortstop, McMahon, steps in for the Lady Jackets. She's also had a strong start here in the playoffs. And Miss Foster, welcome in. Sparkman's in here. I've seen Redding. I've seen all kinds of names come across so far. Glad you're joining us, everybody. Strike two. No balls, two strikes here early on, so she's way ahead. McMahon's going to have to sit back, see the pitch here. This one off the fist to the second baseman. She's down the line, and they'll throw her out at first. Two outs quickly here for the Lady Jackets, but this has happened in the last two series where the Lady Jackets have come out strong, or two outs quickly, then scored a couple of runs with two outs. And so here steps in the senior Mihaela McMahon, the center fielder for the Lady Jackets. Strike one pitch there. She turns and looks, gets a sign from coach. Wilson on deck. And that pitch. All right, down quickly here, two strikes. Strike three. 1, 2, 3 go. The Lady Jackets. here in the top of the first as McMahon strikes out, Castleberry strikes out, and McMahon rolls out to second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Lady Hawks coming up here in the bottom of the first. All right, welcome back into this one. I'm Jason Goodson here, and welcome to the Nest Game Day Live. We're in the bottom of the first here. And stepping in the leadoff spot is Kennedy, the catcher for Iowa Park. She'll step in. Had a Maddie Wood sighting here tonight. She was on the semifinal team over 10 years ago. Welcome into the ballpark, Maddie Wood. Some great information coming across here. Columbus and Grandview series. Columbus has split with them. This one rolled to the third baseman, Kretzberg. She'll stop and make the throw, and she'll be out at first on a great play coming across to the left, and Kretzberg snags it and on the run makes a great play. And that'll be a 5-3 in the book.
Now batting number 21, Corey McCormick.
McCormick steps in now for Grandview, but Columbus and Grandview have split games. Columbus won 9-3. Grandview won in game 1 and 4-2 Columbus in game 2. And so their if game is Saturday. So they've already had a series. It's Saturday at noon to find out who will go to state from that region, from that bracket, excuse me. Strike one here to McCormick, and the pitch from Marshall. Down and away as it dives low to the outside. 1-1. Lady Jacket fan club has shown up tonight, loud and proud. The student body is here. There's a senior trip today. And that'll be strike two on the outside corner. There's one out here in the bottom of the first. We got the overlays on in the bottom left-hand corner of the TV there for you. And hopefully you can follow along. I'll try to keep up as much as possible. McCormick steps in once again from the left-hand side. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out, outside. Tries to make her chase on that one, but she doesn't offer. 2-2 count here. Thanks, Colton Sneed, for that Columbus information. Hey, April Goodson Neely, my sweet, beautiful sister. Glad you're on and watching. Paul Shaw, what's up, Coach? Mr. Shaw, what's up? Ricky Hass, good to see you. It's the first loss in the playoffs for Grandview. Thank you for that information, Ricky. This one, foul just off it to the left. It's full count. Ball 3, 2 strikes. Some good at bats so far. Marshall, remember, in the third inning of the game last week against Whitesboro, it took a line shot right off the shin. And his Been recovering from that one. Does not able to reach that. Great stop up the middle from Young, and that'll be the first base hit for Iowa Park. But, man, what a play to stop that one from going into the outfield. We'll call that an infield hit there. Stepping in now is Barrett, the pitcher. She is also their best hitter at the plate. That was low and inside, ball one. Iowa Park made it all the way to this series last year against Whitesboro, and Whitesboro beat them in a one-game series. And that's how Whitesboro faced Grandview last year. This one, through the second baseman, she looked at second to try to get the lead runner, but went with an easy play as the ball carried her to the first base side, and she did a great job there of going to first, getting the out. That's out number 2. And there is a runner in scoring position in McCormick. It's 4-3 in the book. Stepping in now is Martinez. Thought about it, but held off as Wynn steps off to the left and throws it back. Iowa Park brought all their people. That's a hard shot right side as coaches diving out everywhere right there. The fans all have their noise makers, and the Lady Jacket fans behind us all have their noise makers. So a lot of cowbells, a lot of things that make playoff atmospheres awesome. And the pitch fouled down underneath. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Martinez. I'd like to think. Oh, didn't like it. 2 outside, strike 2, 2 outs. And in honor of my great friend, Clayton Neville, deuces on the board. All right, and the pitch here from Marshall. High, she offered at it and fouled it off and to the right. Good pitch right there. Mineola is the visitor tonight and will be the home team tomorrow in game number 1. Swung through that one, strike 3, and just like the Lady Jackets, they end their inning with a strike out. They bring 4 to the plate, but no runs, no errors. Your score, 0-0 in the state semifinal. Going into the top of the second, Lady Jackets up to bat. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to this one here in the top of the second in the state semifinals. The Lady Jackets here in the top of the second will bring up 4, 5, and 6. Wilson, Wynn, and Kretzberg. Wilson, the first baseman, steps in. Sees strike 1 quickly. She is feeding the strike zone. And they're going to have to swing at that inside pitch and get out in front of it. Keep her hands inside. Drive it back up the middle. And the pitch here. That one moved quite a bit, and that was a great pitch right there. Kind of dove up, and you could tell when she was in her motion that she was going for the off-speed pitch. They need to pick that up. She was throwing the curveball, and it dove over the plate right there. Again, another one right there as it bounced outside. She is really pronouncing the curveball. 2 strikes on her. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Swings through that one, strike. It's already the 3rd strikeout for Barrett. And like we said, she is dominant in the circle. She's been dominant all season long for Iowa Park. And Lady Jackets are going to have to shorten up here and get through and see it. Here comes Coco Wynn, the catcher. He's had some big hits in every playoff game we've had so far this year. That one's way out in front. She was way out in front of that one. Same pitch to Wilson, and she is showing them the junk right now. Strike 1. This one down the line. It's going to get past the 3rd baseman. Hot shot as Wynn stayed back and drove it just inside the bag, and she'll stand at first for the first hit of the ball game for the Lady Jackets with a single.
Now batting number 9, Callie Kretzberg.
Stepping in is Callie Kretzberg. Kretzberg had a huge home run in Winsboro, Texas against Hugh Springs, and been looking for that big hit there. That was a strike on the outside corner. Looking for that. But last week at Whitesboro, game number 1 had 5 singles. I mean, just driving the ball off the outside part of that plate, and strong swung through that one. That kind of rose up a little high there, and quickly down 0-2 here. Callie Kretzberg, the 3rd baseman. Swings through that one. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night real quick there for Barrett.
Now batting
First time to see her.
Jalen Marshall.
They're going to have to battle here. Be patient. Make her throw good pitches. Make her get the ball down. That was high. She laid off that one. Ball 1. Runner at first is Wynn, the catcher. Fouls that one back off the fist and to the right. What's up, Steve? That's my cousin watching. Good to see you. The pitch. Swings through that one. Wynn's going to try to make the steal, but she's going to be thrown out at second base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, leaves Marshall at the plate. And she's erased on a stolen base attempt, and she took it a little too late. Should have waited back there. On the punch out, went 2-6. 3 up, 3 down right there as Marshall will begin the next inning for the Lady Jackets, and Iowa Park coming up to the plate here as Height will be in the box when we return. Walking back into the bottom of the second here in the state semifinal round. Game number 1 between Mineola and Iowa Park. It's 0-0 here as we start the bottom of the second. Height steps in for the Lady Hawks. What's up, Galaz? What's up, Mr. Henry? Good to see you. Strike 1 here to Height. She starts it off, feeding the zone. Number 5 hitter for the Lady Hawks. Ball 1. 1-1. Sun has stuck its head out from behind a cloud here. It's welcomed itself back to the field. It is a beautiful facility, the high school to the left field fence and the big buildings you see to the left, and that is just a portion of what is Walnut Grove High School here in Prosper. Nice play from Marshall. She'll turn and make a great throw to Wilson at first, and that'll be the first out here in the bottom of the second for the Lady Hawks.
Now batting, number 9, J.C. Barnes.
Barnes here playing at North Central Texas College coming up here in the fall for the Lady Hawks. She steps in from the right side, and like I was talking about earlier, it's the facilities they're beautiful. It's this softball facility is better than most of the colleges I've been to. It reminds me a lot of the Baylor facility without the overhang, and a lot of places to sit. A lot of people have the opportunity to come watch this game. Still plenty of seating on the Iowa Park side as well. And the pitch here from Marshall. Ball 1. First pitch was fouled and down to the left. .205 down the right field line, .205 to center, and .205 down left field line with a 10-foot fence and white foul poles on either side. The baseball field is massive as well on the other side of this facility, just to the back side of us. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Height. Marshall with over 500 strikeouts for the Lady Jackets in her career and surpassed that goal this year. What's up, Jeffrey White? This one's a hot shot down the right side, but foul. What's up, Mr. Neville? He's listening and watching from Rowlett. Appreciate you joining us, Clayton. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here we go. Down, trickle. They're going to call it in the box foul, but Kretzberg does the right thing. Steps, makes the throw, and they're saying it come off the front foot, but maybe a decent acting job there from Barnes. Excuse me. We are in the bottom of the second. No score. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. This one fouled back into the left off the wall. Beautiful facilities, like I said, here in Prosper, Texas. The set on top of a hill. You're looking down over to our right, over some housing and subdivisions, and this is a beautiful place. And the pitch. Outside corner is not called. Ball 3, full count. The flag is now blowing in right at us. It sits right over the right field fence. Swings through that one down, strike 3. That should have been it right there. But maybe I had the wrong count, my bad. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. It's a full count. Number 9, Barnes. And the pitch. Off the shoulder and heel of Kretzberg. And that's going to be an E5 right there for the Lady Jackets and a free runner on base. And she's going to be disgusted with herself after that one. typically makes that play as Noble steps in, the number 7 hitter for the Lady Hawks. Coach Larry Smith, glad you're listening from College Station, man. That's bringing back some memories here. They're going to test the arm of Wynn. Second baseman Young has got to bring it in first before she tries to make the tag. Got to catch it first and then make the catch. The throw was a little high, but in time. They'll have second base and a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second, Noble at the plate, 1 ball. Offers at it. They're going to ask, and they're going to call no swing right there. 2 balls, no strikes. Kretzberg relying upon the dugout for the call. She tries to take third, and the pitch. This one fouled down. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Larry Smith, the coach, and Clayton Neville did the radio broadcast for KMOO, KMOO in East Texas 99.9 for a long time, and did a lot of Mineola Lady Jacket games. And I had the privilege during the fall football seasons to do the Friday night show after their call. 3 balls, 1 strike after asking again, and no swing. And the pitch. Down, she's going to walk her. Two on base now for Iowa Park. Base on ball to Noble. 7, 8, and 9 hitter, you want to challenge. Go after these hitters right here. Now stepping in is Nixon from Iowa Park from the right side with runners at first and second, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the second. She does offer it that one. Tries to hold up, and umpire behind the plate called that one. Zoe Goodson on the overlays tonight, helping me out with the scoreboard. And the pitch. Fouled back into the right there. Hits the net. The stands are sitting about 6 foot above us here with a fence, about a 4-foot fence. And so about 10 foot of fence before the first seats behind us, and it stadium field for sure. This one fouled back into the right. In Austin, the field at Macomb Field has a big backdrop behind the plate, and stands definitely set up. Similar situation here in Walnut Grove. And the pitch. That was high. It's a waste of a pitch right there, but not a bad one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Coach Nance. She was the head coach during the last 2 times the Lady Jackets appeared in the state semifinals and state finals. Still a part of Mineola ISD, and we were blessed to have her on campus. Had some cool stuff happen this week. Found a couple of softballs in the house, and welcome in Shauna Blaylock. Glad you're with us. And the pitch. Swung through that one, strike 3. And that'll be the second out here in the bottom of the seconds with runners at first and second still as Nixon swings through that one. Stepping in is Pike. Pike from the right side. 2 outs on the board. Look for Marshall to be aggressive here. That one dives below the knees. Ball 1. Marshall features a drop ball that, when it's good, it is right above the knees, like that one right there was perfect example of what I was about to say. When it's really good, it's right there above the knees and drops below the zone as the bat's coming through, and that's exactly what happened right there. What's up, Coach Hardy? Glad you're watching. Been praying for you, Coach Hardy, man. Thankful for all the stuff that you do for our girls, all the lessons, things that goes on, and big blessing to our family in Mineola. 1 ball, 1 strike. Excuse me, 2 balls, 1 strike now. Marshall needs to find that rhythm. And the pitch. Great pitch right there, and strike 2. Came across right at the belt off the inside corner right there. And a good pitch. He throws a fastball, a drop ball, and a curveball. And the pitch from strike 3, looking on the inside. And for my man, Lawson Olive, I'm going to give you this one, the backwards K. Pike goes down. Still no score. Left 2 on. And going into the bottom of the 3rd, we'll hear the state semifinals in Prosper, Texas at Walnut Grove High School. We'll be right back here. The Lady Jackets are up to bat in the top of the 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatness of John Arbiter just walked by from the Wood County Monitor and does a great job covering our girls in all of East Texas, really, in the Wood County area. And the first pitch to Marshall, who steps back in after being at the plate when Wynn was thrown out at second base in the top of the 2nd here. Top of the 3rd, strike 1 to her. That one, a rise ball that, man, it really rose up and in over the lid of the cap there of Marshall, and the helmet right there. It's close right there. Ball 1. Strike 2 right there on the inside, and she works fast from the circle. She doesn't play around, gets that ball and fires right back, and that one's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the circle is Short, the DP, and Young is in the hole. Second baseman. It's a nice hit down the right side, just to the left of the second baseman. And it finds some greenery out there, and Marshall on with a leadoff single here in the top of the 3rd, and maybe that'll get the Lady Jacket bats rolling here. 2 hits so far for the Lady Jackets. First hit was erased on a put out at second base. She lays a great bunt down, moves Marshall to second base. There's going to be interference right here. She'll stay at first, and she'll be safe as the first baseman was in the line, and Maddie Short will be at first base with no outs as there was interference down the first base line right there. Almost sent her head over heels. Thanks for joining us here. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, we are super excited that you're with us tonight. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to the Nest Game Day Live. It's no outs here in the top of the 3rd for the Lady Jackets. That'll be an interference right there. And she moved the runner to second. Young, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, goes from the slat position, and ball 1. No, strike 1 on the outside corner, excuse me. Georgia Young has an opportunity here to do the same thing, lay the ball down right here and move runners. He is slow to make the strike call It does not raise the hand for the ball. So trying to figure him out behind the plate. So ball one, strike one, and 1-1 now working. One ball, one strike. She pulls back right there. It's 2 balls, 1 strike now. Pulls back there high. 3-1 the count. Put a little pressure on Iowa Park right now with runners on base. Marshall at second, the pitcher. Short at first on the interference from the sacrifice bunt. Doesn't need to waste a pitch here. She don't need to chase. Tries to right there, lay it down, but that'll bring strike 2 on the board, and now full count. To Young. Really just trying to lay the ball down on the left side towards the third baseman to move runners, and unsuccessful right there. Swings through that one, strikeout. Sometimes Young has a tendency to move away from the pitcher instead of moving to the pitcher, and it keeps her from making contact on that outside pitch, and she swings through that one for a strikeout. That's the 5th strikeout for Iowa Park. That one right there is another issue of patience, I think, as Carroll is offering at that pitch right there, but needs to see it down before she takes off running. Pulls back, low and outside. Ball 1. McMahon in the hole. McMahon on deck, the center fielder. And the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Lady Jacket fans making a lot of noise, but so is Iowa Park, man. They're on their feet. It's such a cool atmosphere here. That one up. We get a great opportunity to work with some great students at Mineola High School. We started the CTE program of the Business Marketing and Finance for a new track in CTE, and that one fouled back. She stays alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't have to swing at that one, but offers at it anyways, and would love to see her put one on the ground here and try to run it out to first. This one up and in the air. It's going to make it over the net into the crowd. Officer Caps, if you're watching, say hello to those boys in the living room. Hopefully they're watching this one with you. Tell them thanks for being a part of this one. This one, a hot shot to second base. She's going to throw her out at first, but the runners will advance, and that's what you wanted to see. She probably had an opportunity to get the lead runner at second base, but the speedy Castleberry would have beat that out, but she made the right decision moving towards first plate. It's a 4-3 right there, but the runners do advance. In scoring position now, would like to see McMahon have one of her patented opposite field shots right here. That was high. Offered at it, but said no. Base hit scores 1 for sure, possibly 2 if it gets to the fence. McMahon, a strong shortstop. Inside, trying to jam the Lady Jackets. They've done a good job of watching film on them. They didn't know if they leave the ball up and out over the plate that it's going to get driven somewhere. They've taken advantages of the mistakes that pitchers have been making in the playoff run and really hitting the ball hard this playoff series. That was up. And 3 straight balls to the shortstop, McMahon, and struck out McMahon a while ago in 3 pitches. And she may be trying to pitch around McMahon here. Miss Rushing, glad you're watching. Mr. Martin, you're welcome. Glad that you're a part of this one. It's 3 ball, 1 strike here to McMahon, the shortstop. Miss Hayes, glad you're on. Clayton Hamlet, what's up? Glad you're a part of this one. That one's up and out. She'll take the base on balls here, as the bases will be loaded with 2 outs. And the senior McMahon here. That might have been enough to fuel McMahon a while ago. She's going to have to wait. The DP was running off the field and trying to, but they called her back here.
Coming to the plate, number 7.
Apparently you can't talk to the offensive players. Right here. The senior McMahon steps in, going to TJC in the fall. Nice strong hit. It's going to get past the center fielder. Here comes the first run. Here comes the second run. Here comes McMahon. And 3 runs will score on the double from McMahon, as the Lady Jackets are on the board here in game number 1 in the top of the 3rd inning, 3-0 against Iowa Park. And a timely hit there for the senior. And she drives one off the wall in center field. Marshall short, and McMahon come in to score. Double here for McMahon, as the powerful, strong-hitting Wilson steps in and tries to take something off of that one and floats it across her eyes. And like I said, probably thought she'd have an easy at-bat against McMahon, but she was fooled, but not that time. She stayed back and drove it. And that would be a strike right there at the knees. As it 2 balls, 1 strike to Wilson here, the first baseman. Wilson with 5 home runs here in the postseason. She had 6 in the regular season, 11 overall. That one's up. In the zone, she didn't like it, turns around and shakes her head, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And yes, sir, Mr. Neville, deuces are on the board. And the pitch. Swings through that one, strike 3, but not before the Lady Jackets score 3 here in the top of the 3rd. Lady Jackets up 3-0. Iowa Park will be back to the top of the order in the bottom of the 3rd. I'm Jason Goodson for the Nest. Game day. We're at the semifinal round. Game number 1 in Walnut Grove. We'll be right back. Kennedy steps in for the Lady Hawks. The first time she was up, she grounded out to the third baseman, Kretzberg, who threw out at first. And Kretzberg will be looking for this one, but they're a strong hitting team, so Lady Jackets going to have to play great defense. Swung at that one, fouled back. A good pitch on the outside corner. So impressed this year with Marshall, as she has really dug in at that starting role in the circle. And really over the last 4 years, you know, in the playoffs last year, we didn't see a whole lot of her. She was in right field, and had Micah Mormon, who did a great job. This goes off the glove. She's going to dig it out. Quick throw to first, and she's going to be safe as she runs that one out off the glove of Marshall up the middle, and just a little late getting there is the second baseman. So here in the third, she will be in with an infield hit there. Standing at first is Kennedy, and McCormick steps in now from the left side. Marshall, though, has been the principal leader in the circle this year for the Lady Jackets. Wilson has stepped in and pitched as well and has done a great job, always does. And there's no two girls that I would want in the circle here, as the Lady Jackets are been blessed here for the last 4 years to have Marshall fulfilling that role. This one laid down. They'll get the sack, bunt, and move the runner to second base. And that'll be a 5-3 on the sacrifice. Barrett steps in now. Barrett, the pitcher. Madison Grace Cook, how are you doing, young lady? Glad to see you on here, paying attention and watching. One out on the board for the Lady Jackets, runner at second. Probably should have been 2 outs here, but the hit off the bat of Kennedy just gets underneath the glove, and you can tell Marshall's laboring a little bit with that big old bruise. She has a huge bruise on that leg she got hit off of last week, and she took a direct shot off the leg. The ball coming back at her in the blink of an eye, really. It was one of those shots that sent her to the ground in the circle, and just glad that she was able to stick back into this one up the middle. Stopping at third and cutting it off is Marshall right there, as probably should have gone behind the plate to back that one up, but ends up being the cutoff there between the circle and the plate, and keeps Kennedy at first, and a single up the middle from Barrett. So runners at first and third for Iowa Park, and Martinez stepping in here. She'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher at first. Wynn steps out here. Setting up a play here as the runners are at first and third, and surely they're going to send the runner at first. Mr. Lay, thanks for watching. Mr. Elias, glad you're on, watching from Galveston. Miss Scott, glad you're on tonight. Tracy Holland, how are you doing? Glad you're on and watching here as Martinez steps in, struck out in the first. And the pitch from Marshall. She'll turn and offer. Fakes it. And there goes the runner. She'll be at second base, of course. The runner's now in scoring position at second and third. Coach Moore Colton Sneed, my man, the chop. That one fouled down. Miss Clark, glad you're on and watching. Just talked to your husband earlier. Miss Foster, glad you're on. Daryl Musgrove, another cousin on watching that one from Madison. Real glad you're on. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Runners at second and third, and the bottom of the third. 1 out. Clay Lindley, glad you joined us here. Sam Young, glad you're watching. Hello, Crystal Lay Wilson, glad you're on and watching. 3 balls, 1 strike here. Lady Jackets have some pressure on them right here. And the bottom of the third, need to go to work. Wilson at first offers that one and calls the strike there. Be a full count. And the pitch. This one up the middle, out of the reach of Young. One will score. Here comes a throw from center field. The runner will advance to second. It is 3-1 now. As Kennedy scores from third. And 2 base hits up the middle as Martinez follows Barrett with another single. Runners now at second and third as Martinez advanced on the throw home. Should have been cut off right there, but it's not. Strike 1, outside corner here to Height. She grounded out to the pitcher in the second. 1 out on the board. That one down. A nice job there from Coco Wynn to stop that one as it bounced just inside on the chalk. And the sophomore catcher was able to bring that one in. And a hot shot down the right side, and it's misplayed by the right fielder, Reed, and she'll get the ball into second base. But coach at third base is frustrated. Should have scored there and tied the ball game, but 3-2 here. And they're going to go to the circle here, and 3 straight singles have brought the Lady Hawks to within 1. As McCormick, the runner for Barrett scored right there. Lady Jackets in this position, man, two great teams right here in Iowa Park and Mineola. They're, like I said in the pregame show, they're going to have to battle it out. Every pitch, play by play, one batter at a time. Wynn lets this one get by, but she gets back to the back wall right there, and don't know what the pitch was called. I thought she offered at it, but we'll wait. It's 0-1. It is a strike on the board. Barnes down here, probably going to offer the bunt one more time. See how the Lady Jackets play it. Sits back, does not. That ball was down and inside for ball 1. 1-1 here to Barnes. Thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Nugent. This one shot to McMahon. She'll give up the run to get the out at first. And it's tied 3-3 here in the bottom of the third as Barnes moves the runner from third to home on the 6-4. 2 outs now on the board. As Noble steps in, she walked her last time up, but was left on base in the second. 1 left on in the first and 3 overall for the Lady Hawks. Cheyenne Looney, glad you're on. I'm watching 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Here in a intense third inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch from Marshall. Strike on the outside corner. Same pitch, nice look there. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here now. Runner at third is Height. And the pitch from Marshall. This one back up the middle. McMahon comes across, throws her out. The run does not score. It remains 3-3 here as the Lady Hawks have fought their way back into this one. No runs on 3 hits, or 3 runs on 3 hits, and no errors. 1 left on. Lady Jackets coming to bat. Courtney Wynn, Kretzberg, and Marshall. 5, 6, and 7 up for the Lady Jackets. Top of the 4th. We'll be right back. Welcome back into this one. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to the Nest Game Day, watching it on the live stream here, Facebook and YouTube. Thankful for the opportunity. UIL has allowed us to do this again here at the state semifinal game as Courtney Wynn swings at one at her chin. The ball was up and ball 1 for sure. And she falls behind after that hack right there. This ball is down on the outside corner, strike 2. Quickly 0-2 to the sophomore catcher Wynn. She'll step back in here. She has some scary power though. When she hits the ball, she usually hits it hard and she gets it up in the air. It goes a long way, and she has done that all throughout the playoffs, beginning in round 1. And Tatum and had a couple of big bombs there, and Pine Tree against Tatum. This one off the fist to the pitcher. She'll pick it up and make the easy throw to first, and that'll be the first out here in the top of the 4th for the Lady Jackets as she goes 1-3 on that hit. Kretzberg went up right there. One ball, asking a question here about what's going on, and they're going to call her out just to go check it. Kretzberg will come in. Kretzberg struck out on 3 pitches a while ago and was frustrated with herself here, and she's got to step back in, settle in, get to the back of that box and sit back and drive one. That was inside. Ball 1. Lots of noise in the stands tonight. This one a big drive. Left side, it's going to go foul into the corner, out of the play. I thought that she had yanked one straight down the line, but a long strike there for Kretzberg. What's up, Caitlin Waddell? Glad you're on and watching. If you're joining us via YouTube on the Nest, we're thankful that you're on and watching, and Facebook, welcome in. Strike 2 right there on the second pitch there. She offered at that rise ball and chases it and sneaks across the chin there. And the pitch. Waits on that one, and a good choice there. That one was up at the eyes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. That one, she took a lot off of it, fooled her. She's way out in front of it. She knows it. And for her second strikeout of this one, and she steps back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Lady Jackets who have struck out so far as Marshall steps in. Last time up in the third, she had a hot shot to the opposite field for a single and scored a run. And that 3-run double as McMahon cleared the bases. 2 outs here. Marshall gets ahead 2-0. And the pitch right here is up at the shoulders. And Marshall ahead 3-0 here. Excuse me, with 2 outs on the board after the strikeout. And the pitch. Ball 4. She'll take her base. And that'll bring up the DP, Maddie Short. Maddie Short has, throughout the series of games, has had several shots that have been robbed. A lot of line drives that have just been played well in the outfield, and she's due for some solid base hits. Called that one a strike. I thought it was inside, but couldn't tell, and threw the hand up on that one. Swings through that one as it's up and out. A little off balance on that swing as she leaned out over the plate. Quickly 0-2 here to the DP Short, the senior. That one up above the eyes, trying to make her chase. Young, the second baseman, in the hole. Found that one back and saw it all the way. I don't know if you heard her mom right there, but that's definitely her voice as she's standing on the fence behind us here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Swings it, lays off that one and pulls even here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces on the board for Iowa Park here in the circle. She waits back on this one, way out in front of it, but hits it hard. And she would have held back a little bit, man. That would have been a shot off the wall. She hit it a long way right there, foul. Still 2-2. Runner at first. Swings through that one, gets underneath it. And the 8th strikeout here in this one. That's the top of the 4th. Still 3-3 here in game number 1 of the state semifinals from Walnut Grove, Texas. Game number 1. We'll be right back. I'm Jason Goodson. This is The Nest. Here we go back here in game number 1 of the state semifinals in Walnut Grove High School, the home of the Lady Cats. Here in Prosper, Texas, I'm Jason Goodson. This is The Nest game day, and it's 3-3. And that's strike 1 from Marshall. Exciting atmosphere and ball game here as the Lady Jackets have fought hard. So has Iowa Park, and these two teams deserve to be here. In a nice play there from McMahon in the hole as the ball bounces off the glove of Kretzberg to the left, and a beautiful play. There by McMahon has been solid at the shortstop position, and Kretzberg almost got that one. She laid out as well, so that turned out to be a 6-4 to Noble. Nixon steps in here for Iowa Park. Talking to Cody, her dad, this past weekend, a little basketball tournament, and this one's off the bat. McMahon will charge this, and she'll make the play right here, and another 6-4 for the Lady Jackets. She's talking to Cody, her dad, about her play here in the playoffs, and just telling him how impressed I was with her play at shortstop. She's been able to range big time to the right and to the left, but charges at the right time, and has done a great job. And so back to the top here of the order. This one should be a free play for Wilson as she charges that one off the fist and gets it in foul territory. And 1, 2, 3, go. Iowa Park Lady Hawks here in the bottom of the fourth. Now we're to the top of the fifth. Lady Jackets up 3-3. We'll be right back. Just got some information from my pal Conrad over at KMOO. They were down in Huntsville today covering the Shiner Como-Picton game, and Shiner wins game one 13-1 against Como-Picton. So for all of those who are interested in that score, Dakota Heineman, glad you're on and listening. My man, Dakota Heineman. Doing a great job as defensive coordinator over in Canton. Underneath Keith Regal, two former Mineola Yellow Jacket coaches right there. Young swings through that one, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes for Georgia Young, the senior second baseman. My mother-in-law is paying attention to this one, and ladies and gentlemen, there couldn't be a sweeter mother-in-law if I've ever asked for one, as Georgia Young strikes out looking on that one, the backwards K. Back to the top of the order here, 1 out. Here in the top of the fifth as Castleberry steps in from the left side, and Castleberry due for a hit. Called that one a strike. That's up on the outside corner there, but it's a good call. It's coming across at the numbers, but it's a tough one for her to hit. for her to play, and she swings at that one as well. That was definitely a ball up and out, and just pressing a little too hard here as Castleberry. She needs to settle down and get to the back of the box and see it. Steps in on that one, strikes out. She was already frustrated with herself there, and that'll be the second strikeout for Castleberry tonight. She is 0 for 3 in the box, and now McMahon steps in here with 2 outs. Fouls this one up and into the crowd. Oh, man, that was close to a dad right there, but he just let it hit the stands right there, but no Savannah Banana for him. And this one, Beach, glad you're on and listening. Amy Castleberry, glad you're on. And the pitch. High to McMahon right there. Miss Kurt, glad you're on. Time to go to work, Jay McGow, my man, and glad you're on as well. And the pitch. Fouls that one back. We are in the state semifinals. Over 10 years since we've been back to this spot. 7 years ago, she steps into this one. It's going to be up in the air. Second baseman will call it. And off the fist, just a lazy fly. And McMahon is erased right there on an F4. And a quick 3 up, 3 down for the Lady Jackets in the top of the 5th. Going to the bottom of the 5th now here at the state semifinal. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to the Nets Game Day. We'll be right back. Welcome back into this one. I'm Jason Goodson, and we are live here in Walnut Grove, Texas. Walnut Grove High School in Prosper, Texas, the home of the Wildcats, and the Lady Jackets and the Iowa Park Hearts are 3-3. Iowa Park, the home team tonight. Lady Jackets, the visitors. And quick strike here to McCormick. McCormick had a sack last time up, moving Kennedy over to second. She leads off. This one on the ground. A great play by Kretschberg right there. She snags it and steps and make a great throw to Wilson, who is a sure-handed first baseman. Hey, Miss Tucker, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks, Daryl. I'm trying. And the pitch from Marshall. As the pitcher grounds out to our second baseman, Young. Young picks it and makes a great play to first there in the 4-3. And 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th as Martinez steps in. Last time Martinez was up, she hit a hard one up the middle. A single, struck out in the first. Marshall. Ooh, watches that one on the inside corner. Thought she might have framed it behind the plate, but was too much of the chalk. My man Daryl Musgrove on listening, and miss you, buddy. Can't wait to see you guys again. We need to take in another Ranger game this year at some point. That'd be fun. Probably the third ball right there as she swings over the top of that one, but that drop ball looks like it's coming in at the knees and just dives out of the range and off the top of the ground. Wind catches that one. Three balls, one strike here as Marshall is in danger of walking the number 4 batter, Martinez. And the pitch. Fouls that one down just off the inside of her foot there and bounces back. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Tiffany Cook, glad you're on. Yep, 13-1 on that final there, and Conrad shared that information with me. Hey, thank you, Mike Griffith. I appreciate that. Thank you for being on and watching and supporting. Miss Gilbreth, same to you. This one to the shortstop, McMahon. She'll step, make a cross the diamond there, and another put out for the shortstop, McMahon, as she is solid with the glove there, and a 3-up, 3-down inning here as the bottom of the 5th has faded away. Going into the top of the 6th, it's 3-3 here. Game number 1 in the state semifinals in Prosper, Texas at Walnut Grove High School. You're listening to the Nest Game Day. Watching on YouTube and Facebook, we're glad you're here. Stick around. We've got some exciting things happening here. Game number 1. All right, welcome back into this one right here as Coach Banks gives McMahon, the senior, a fist bump here, and center fielder steps in. Last time she was up, doubled off the center field wall and drove in 3 runs, and she has the only 3 RBIs of this one, and she watches that one slowly drift off the plate there for ball 1. I'm Jason Goodson. Welcome back into this one. We are excited to have you here. This has been awfully fun for me, and thankful to Mineola ISD and our incredible Mineola Education Foundation, the CTE program for our sports marketing entertainment classes and business marketing and finance track. We have great students, a great staff, and I'm just a lucky pawn to be a part of this one and be able to do this and to bring you the games. That one, a check swing off the fist. She gets down the line, but surprised her a little bit as she wasn't expecting to make contact with that one, and that's right off the fist, and that'll be a 4-3 in the book here as McMahon is erased here in the top of the 6th. Miss Gallion, thank you, and thank you, Mineola Education Foundation. They have provided us with some incredible, we got to fill out grants and white grants, and they have supported all of our teachers here in the district and have been incredible. Mr. Mize, the superintendent, and everybody at administration, our school board, have been just incredibly awesome to allow us to do this, to bring you all this entertainment and highlight our students here at Mineola High School. And a great job right there from Wilson, but an even better play by the second baseman as there will be interference and she'll have second base. She'll be up. But impressed by the second baseman right there to range as it goes off the glove of the first baseman. thought for sure it was going to dive to the right off the line and towards the fence, but she stops it and almost throws her out. But first baseman leaned out over the safety bag, and Wilson hit her and was granted second base. So she's standing at second with one out here as Courtney Wynn steps in. And typically when good things happen in front of Courtney Wynn, she follows with a big play, and would love to see that bat come back to life again here in this one. Watches that one go across right there. One ball, one strike, one out. Runner at second is Wilson off the interference. And the pitch. Dives across the middle of the plate. Doesn't like it, but it's a 1-2 count now. She falls behind and needs to shorten up and battle right here and move Wilson from second to third in any way that she can here. Watches that on the outside corner. I didn't like it either. It was at the knees, but she walks away confused and doesn't like it.
Now to plate number 9, Callie Kreuzberg.
That's a backwards K in the book. Glad to have opportunity to bring you this. All right, here we got 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Here's 3-3 your score. Runner in scoring position is Wilson, and if there's ever a time for a big bat from Callie Kretzberg, we need it right now. She is due big time. What's up, kiddo? 2 balls, no strikes here to Kretzberg ahead. Might have something to hit here, but lays off that one. Kretzberg with power can drive the ball to all fields. 3-0, she doesn't have to swing here. Can take this pitch right here. Make her throw the strike. Excuse me. She does on the outside corner. Thank you, Chris Beach. I appreciate that, bud. And the pitch. Another strike right there is now she's full count, 2 outs. Swings through that one, tried to kill it, eyes off, and for the 3rd time tonight, Kretzberg strikes out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 strikeouts for Barrett tonight, and she's been dominant in that circle for the Lady Hawks. All right, it's bottom of the 6th coming up here. I'm Jason Goods, and you're listening to the Nest Game Day as we are eating some bugs here at the table. We'll be right back for this one. Welcome back to this one. I'm Jason Goodson. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning here in game number 1 of the state semifinals in Prosper, Texas at Walnut Grove High School. And it is 3-3, and the Lady Hawks are in the number 5, 6, and 7 coming in. Height swings at this one, and Kretzberg does a great job of scooping that one, but foul. She snatched that one. Yes, Miss McMahon. Wish you guys could be here with us as well. Glad to see you watching and participating. Appreciate that. That one down. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Marshall in the circle. Thanks, Ricky Hass. Appreciate you, buddy. And the pitch. Kretzberg will have it and throw it across the diamond for out number 1 here. And the bottom of the 6th, his height is erased from the board. And a great job there from Kretzberg of ranging to her left and snagging that one and making the play there. Stepping in is Barnes, now the center fielder. Barnes will be at North Central Texas in the fall playing softball. We are at dusk here. The sun has finally started to fade, and this one too, Georgia Young, and the senior second baseman brings it in and records the 4-3 to Wilson. And another quick 2 outs here for the Lady Hawks as Noble, number 22, steps in for the Hawks. She had a base on balls in the second and was a 6-4 ground out in the 4th. Got some stories to tell here real quick before I was thumbing through. I started this story earlier in the broadcast, but totally missed it. But saw a couple of softballs sitting out and thought I would take some pictures of it because it was the 2011 squad and the 2014 squad, and 2 squad with some legendary names on those softballs. And it's just a fun time to reminisce and to do that. And she'll hit that one back to Marshall, and we'll finish that story coming here in the top of the 2nd, and she'll be put out at first base with a 1-3. And we're in game 1 of the state semifinals, going to the top of the 7th. 3-3 all knotted up in this one. We'll be right back on the Nest Game Day. I'm Jason Goodson. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the top of the 7th here in game number 1 of the 3A Division I state semifinal round. Game number 1 of this series against Iowa Park, as Marshall, the pitcher, steps in from the right side, fouls that one back. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 here, the bottom of the order for the Lady Jackets, and really need them to produce right here, as Marshall has hit the ball in the 3rd inning, a single, and drove in a run in, but not much since. And 3-3 here, and the Lady Jackets have really battled here, and so have the Lady Hawks. 2 balls, 1 strike right there. The DP short for the right fielder, Reed, the freshman, and the pitch. Fouls this one back and off to the right. Here we go. I was telling the story at the bottom half of that inning. She fouls this one back 2-2. about all those names, and it just takes you back to those moments of celebration and times of historic softball play for the Lady Jackets as they represented us well in those years with Nance at the helm and Maddie Wood at first and Allie Galaz in center and Courtney Hudgens, and she strikes out here. Courtney Johnson on, with just so many names. Marissa Ledkins. That's 9 strikeouts now for, 12 strikeouts here for Barrett, as she is as advertised in the circle. Still 3-3. They jumped on her in the third. Fouls this one back. Down 0-1. Got some cool responses from the girls. I saw Audrey Ross had put on there, and this one's going to be a floater. Third baseman will have it, and she'll throw her out at first base. And a great play there as she is thrown out at first, but it kind of just lazily hit just to the left of the mound. And a great job by the third baseman there. Quick 2 outs here for the Lady Jackets as Young steps in, and Young needs to be at first. We need her on here and get to the top of the order, and she'll foul this one back right at us as we are just off the net, and we have some major gnats flying around here, and we won't need any type of extra food for the road home tonight. And the pitch. Outside. Ball 1, strike 1, 2 outs. We are all knotted up, 3-3 here in the top of the 7th. This one has been a quick one tonight, as that one goes off the net and stays in. It's an hour and 28 minutes in, and we are almost in a full game, and that's what happens. I'm trying to get them, Coach. I'm trying to motivate them. Coach Dwight Thomas, the legend in my eyes, had great memories of Coach there. He taught us a lot how to be men and a lot about respect. I'll never forget being in his science class and him teaching us yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no matter who it was, and just a class act right there. And Dr. Thomas and now his son Chase is working at the admin building, assistant soup, and I remember Chase running around baseball fields and the hallways and being knee-high to a grasshopper, and now just call him boss. Great dude, though. Great family. Glad to have the Thomases back in Mineola. And the pitch right here, outside corner, and they're going to call the strike there to McMahon to Castleberry, as Young is at first, and that's what we wanted. And now we just need some hits here. Need to string together some hits, put some pressure on them. Pulls back as she charges that one. Clay Hightower, glad you're on, and yes, we do need to finish this one. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Castleberry puts it on the ground. In the hole, it's going to get past, and we're going to advance the runner to second base here with 2 outs, and exactly what Castleberry needed to get going here. And now here comes McMahon, and McMahon solid with the bat tonight as well. That was a great single going the opposite way, finds the hole. 2 runners on here, and that's right, Coach Moore, we do love the Thomas family. Another legend right there, Philip Moore, still in the hallway, still influencing kids today, and I love to get the opportunity to sit and talk with him. We talk about all the time, but I also talk about life, and man, he's just been a great mentor to me. Here comes McMahon, the pitch. Up and high, and that's at the chin. Try to get her to chase that one, but she stays off that one. Shauna Blaylock, welcome in. Here we go. The chat room is blowing up. Strike on the inside corner right there is 1 ball, 1 strike here, and she is due for a hit tonight. Need to put another one in and go down fighting here in the top of the 7th. This one in the air. It might get caught. It's going to be right at the center fielder. It just hangs up in the air and just a little more to the right, fading away, and that might have been down, but the center fielder comes over, makes a great play with the glove up, and he races McMahon right there at the top of the 7th with a chance to score. And now we go to the bottom of the 7th here in game number 1, 3-3. Lady Jackets need to fight for these 3 outs right here. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to the Nest Game Day. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back into this one. Here we go, the bottom of the 7th here, 3-3, the Lady Jackets in the field as the Iowa Park fans stand to their feet. Nixon steps in for the Hawks as Marshall is in the circle. That pitch is up, ball 1. Nixon, the first baseman. Thank you, Aubrey Don Crenshaw, my man. Love that dude, love that family. Great people there. This one's in the air. Going back is the shortstop, McMahon, and she'll call everybody off, and the captain of the infield right there gets the first out here in the the bottom of the 7th. Stepping in now is Pike. Pike, the right fielder, struck out looking in the 2nd. And grounded out to McMahon in the 4th. But love the Crenshaws. They can't tell you, I could go on and we could be here for the rest of the night talking about them because of their great influence on my life as personally and individually, and just and everything that they've done for me, and I love them a lot. And the pitch. Didn't like the call with Marshall there. Down 2-0 here to Pike. Number 9 hitter. Need to be aggressive here. Need to go after her. Need to make her put the ball in play and let the defense work right here. So Marshall needs to bear down, and that one's up again, and 3-0. Kind of lost that rhythm against Pike here. And top of the order sitting on deck, and Kennedy and McCormick and Barrett after Pike. And so have a quick out here in the pitch. In there, strike 1. That one dives in, and she's taken all the way there. She might take all the way on this one as she gets the sign from the third base coach. And the pitch from Marshall. This one in the air. Another great play right there by the shortstop. An unbelievable play. Ranging out, open the hips up to the right. Diving out towards the corner, and Caitlin McMahon brings it in. That gave me chills. And another F6 right there for McMahon, the shortstop. Straight stud right there. What a play. 2 outs on the board here now. Leadoff is up in Kennedy. And the pitch. Thought we were going to lose her, then thought that was going to hit. And Castleberry was ranging in, but McMahon lays out in dramatic style, Superwoman style, makes the play. Down 2-0 here quickly to the leadoff, and don't want to get too cute here. Want to make them chase and throw quality strikes right here. Is okay, Ryan James. I see you, buddy. I see you. Marshall didn't like the call right there as she stares him down in the circle. And Marshall, when she's frustrated, will do that. She doesn't understand the call, but has to concentrate here and get back into it. Throws a strike here, knowing that she's going to take, and 3-1, and now we're back to a 3-1 count like we were with Pike. And thank you, brother. Thank you, Coach Thomas. Appreciate it. Got a prediction from James right here, the legend, Ryan James, calling it now, 8th inning victory. Let's hope so. Let's hope. What you doing? Glad you're on. Hey, Misty May, glad you're joining us as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Kennedy, the leadoff, steps in from the right side. Marshall on the rubber in the circle right there. Swings up the middle to Marshall. She'll get the out at first. She goes 1-3. Comes off the field determined. Lady Jackets up. It's time. McMahon, Wilson win. 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the order coming to bat here in the top of the 8th. As we're going to extras, I'm Jason Goodson, and you're listening to the Nest Game Day. Welcome back to this one. It's the top of the 8th. We are in extras once again, and this is not foreign territory for the Lady Jackets. This is exactly where they've been in 2 or 3 series so far and have fought back their way in and been able to win in exciting fashion as McMahon steps in, the center fielder. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to the Nest Game Day in extras. And had defeats against Hugh Springs in overtime. Strike on the outside corner with that off speed. It's diving on the outside corner of the plate right there. The Lady Jackets came back and won game 2 in extras against Gunter in exciting fashion with walk-off. And that one where McMahon scored from first off the single from Wynn after the center fielder booted it. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes here, and the senior McMahon steps in, watches the inside corner, strikes out, and takes a seat. Didn't want to go down that way here in this one. Prince was on the sound system singing Let's Go Crazy, and Wilson steps in, and we need a big one right here. She's due for another shot as well. Wilson struck out in the first, doubled in the third, singled in the third, had the interference and ended up at second, but grounded out the second into sixth and struck out looking in the eighth is McMahon. 2 strikeouts for Wilson here. It's down 0-2 to this one. And all it takes is one good swing here from Wilson, and she could drive it a long way. This one fouled back. The chat room throwing out the encouragements all over the place here. Exciting atmosphere here live tonight. Swings through that one. It bounces down. She might have a chance. She's going to run it out, and she'll be on with a strike him out, but no throw him out. As the catcher loses the handle, and Wilson shaking her head at first, but that could be big for this top half of the inning right here. And Courtney Wynn steps in. As Coco Wynn, the shortstop, steps in, very powerful, swings at that one at the shoulders. Chasing. Courtney Wynn steps in here, swings through the same pitch, swinging underneath it, just dipping that back shoulder a little bit instead of staying square. She has a low center frame and in the box anyways, wide stance and opened up a little bit. This one down and threw it in the wrong place right there, but look at the shortstop right there make the great play as she lays out, stops it going up the middle and taps the second base bag with the glove. That was surely going into center field as a single, but not before the shortstop ranges over and makes the play, and 2 outs on the board now with Kretzberg as Wilson's erased off the bag. Ooh, I like that pitch right there to Kretzberg. She knew it too. She knew that that was probably the one to drive out of the park. She just hesitated on that one. Swings this one off the fist, bounces foul, and that'll be strike 2 as Wynn was on her toes and heading to third. So excited to have you guys in here with us tonight. YouTube, Facebook, please like and subscribe. Help me out here with this one. Help our program out. You know, you liking and subscribing is a benefit to us because it goes out to more people that way, and it allows us to build this program. And we have a cool opportunity here to take it to the next level with our marketing and sports marketing and entrepreneurship and social media marketing classes and our principles of business marketing and finance. Nice job staying alive there, fighting at the plate there as Kretzberg laughs at herself a little bit coming out of that one as it fooled her. She's out front, but stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here. Marshall in the hole. On deck, excuse me. This one, a nice cut there, but again off the fist. She's on it now. She's starting to see it, starting to catch up to it, and I tell you, if she connects with it, she's powerful and can drive the ball a long way. Even from the number 6 spot. Just watches that one on the inside corner. Strike 3 and is happy not happy with herself on that when she goes down looking with a backwards K. That's her 4th strikeout of the night. And
Ladies and gentlemen, quick announcement.
know
Our
she is
concession stand is still open.
fresh.
If you would like a
This
hot dog,
concession stand's still
pretzel,
open.
or
Well, the big announcement
make your way
here
there
in this
now.
one as we go into the bottom of the 8th. An extra innings here in the semifinal game round. Game 1. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to The Nest. Game day. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back into this one. Hey, we have working on the camera situation. It is kind of dark out here. The lights are down the third base line and halfway down the third base line, and there's one light pole in right field and left field, and the right poles down the left side here as well as. So there's not a light pole behind the plate, so we're not getting much light from behind the press box that's up behind us. This one taps slowly to Kretzberg. She'll make the throw at first, and that'll be the out. She tried to run it out, but Kretzberg makes a great play right there. And defensively has been awesome tonight for the Lady Jackets, and McCormick is erased, the number 2 batter. So it is a little dark right now. I know that it's in that weird dusk setting here, and the lights are on, and it's just kind of hard to see. I may need to adjust the cameras for tomorrow. This one off the fence, too young, and she makes the one hopper and brings it in and throws her out at first, and too quick out here in the 8th, the bottom of the 8th. And that's her 3rd time hit it to Young tonight. Last time to McMahon. Martinez struck out, had a single in the 3rd, scored a run, an RBI, and grounded out once again here to McMahon, and in 7 pitches, the Lady Hawks are retired from the bottom of the 8th. Going into the top of the 9th are the Lady Jackets. Martinez grounds out to McMahon. Here we go. Take a deep breath, ladies and gentlemen. It's the top of the 9th. 3-3 is your score. The Lady Jackets due up. We'll be right back here on the Game Day Nest in Prosper, Texas. All right, here we go. Welcome back to the top of the 9th. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to the Nest Game Day. This is game number 1 of the state semifinals. The winner of this series punches their ticket to Austin, Texas for the championship game. And Columbus and Grandview have played 2, and they split. Grandview winning 9-3 in the first one, and then Columbus winning 4-1 in the second one. They're going to play their rubber match on Saturday to see who represents that bracket, as the Lady Jackets look to play 2 tomorrow night. Excuse me, play 1 after we win tonight. Strike on the outside corner there to Marshall. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's the top of the 9th here, and yes, thank you, Clay. I appreciate that. Swings through that one, strikes out. It's at her shoulders and pressing a little too hard right there is Marshall. And give credit to Barrett. She has struck out 13 Yellow Jackets tonight. And this one as the DP short steps in, the senior, due for a big hit herself. Watching that one at the knees, needs to pull the trigger early on that one, especially when she wants to get ahead in the count. I'd like to see her swing at that bat and drive that ball somewhere. 0-1. Inside, ball 1. Yeah, sorry, can't do much about the lighting situation with the cameras. Hopefully we'll get that corrected for you. Some adjustments need to be made and everything, and she swings through that one right there. Welcome in Cody Grubbs, one of the sweetest human beings on the face of the earth. Good to see you on here following the Lady Jackets tonight. And pitch, and man, I really thought she was going to get rung up right there on that pitch, but it was inside. Stick with us. I know this one's off the fist, and it'll be an easy put out for the pitcher Barrett as she brings it in. That'll be an F1 as she ranges out of the circle to the left towards first base. Young got them started last time. Got on with 2 outs and started the semi-run there. And we need a big play here for the Lady Jackets to come out and not press so hard. Sit back and relax and have some fun. This is one of the greatest games being played. Intense moments here, right here. Great matchup here in this one. Region 1 and Region 2 on the matchup here for the Lady Jackets and for the Lady Hawks. And Lady Jackets were the best in 3A Division I out of Region 2. Left it alone at third base, and 2 balls, 1 strikes. And I agree, needs to leave it high. I don't know if you remember a fellow by the name of Oz Galaz, a Mineola alum who was big during those last state runs about 12 years ago. This one has a chance, but it's going to be caught as the left fielder ranges in as it stays up in the air a little too long for the 3rd out. Here in a quick 1-2-3 for the Lady Jackets in the top of the 9th, as he is leading the cheers tonight for us in the stands once again. There'll be an S7 in the book, and the Lady Hawks are coming to bat here in the bottom of the 9th. Lady Jackets need to continue to fight and play good defense. We'll be right back here for game number 1 with the bottom of the 9th on the Nest Game Day. All right, welcome back to the bottom of the ninth here in game number 1 of the state semifinals here in Prosper, Texas at Walnut Grove High School, the home of the Lady Cats, as Height steps back in for here. Takes strike 1 as Marshall still in the circle for the Lady Jackets. Strike 1. Dang autocorrect, Ryan James. You meant the 10th inning, and I agree with you. All right, here's one here on the ground to Young, the second baseman, and she's been solid out there tonight as a senior. Throws her out at first.
Coming to the plate, number 9.
You bet, Miss Hamlet. Appreciate you for being on here. Nobody has fingernails left. Jay McGow's taking his aspirin. This is what playoff softball is all about. The competition, the atmosphere, extra innings. Fun times here as Barnes steps out and asks for a break. 1 out on the board. Marshall at the shoulders for ball 1. Heather fans are my classmate. Yes, that is an Oz cheer for sure. When Oz talks, everybody listens out here. It's down and in. Excuse me. Two balls, no strikes here. Marshall. This one, nice dig at third to Kretzberg, and the defense has been solid tonight for the Lady Jackets as she made a great play ranging to her left, steps, sets her feet, and makes a great throw to first base. And in the bottom of the ninth, there's 2 outs. Stepping in, here's Noble. Noble tonight walked, grounded out to short, and grounded out to the pitcher in the 6th. Strike 1. Marshall pitched a heck of a game tonight for the Lady Jackets. That one is down. Strike 2. Marshall went 12 innings in the area round of the playoffs in game number 1 against Hugh Springs, and pitched a majority of the innings in that series as Wilson came in and pitched game 2. This one on the ground again to Young at second base. She makes the play. 4-3. Going to the top of the 10th for extra. The 3-3 tie here at the state semifinal game. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to The Nest Game Day, brought to you by the Sports Marketing Class at Mineola High School and all the students who put hard work in to make this happen. Welcome back into the top of the 10th. I'm Jason Goodson. This is the state semifinal round, game number 1. On the 3A Division I state playoffs, I'm here to tell you that I've been on the edge of a seat myself here tonight, and it's always just as calm as can be next to me here, putting in these overlays, and she'll be teaching third grade math and science next year at the primary. Castleberry down 0-1 here. We need a similar play to the last time up as she found the hole between shortstop and third. Thought about it, but laid off of that one, and the ball one right there. Yep, it's time to get hot with the bats here. Time to start firing. And the pitch. This one's going to be punched. Just outside the line. I know you can't see it on your TV screen, but let me describe it to you. It was close. I'm talking barely by a lace out foul there. If that had hit the ground, we'd have had a for sure double, possibly a triple. But it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. She needs to stay alive here. It does. And a great play there from Martinez, the third baseman, who stole one right there. And she hit that one hard down the line and ranged over across her body to the right and stole that one as Martinez made a great play. Hate that right there for Castleberry because she worked hard to get that ball out of the glove, and she was ready for it. And that'll be a F5 on the line drive. Is great play tonight here by the shortstop, McMahon. Can't say enough about her as she has been solid at the shortstop position all year long, really. She is putting a lot of time and effort in over the years to improve her softball skills, traveling and playing a lot of softball, and understands the game and understands how to range and make good plays, and just a competitor. You gotta love the kid. Competitor on the court in basketball, and on volleyball, she is the libero. Mentioned that last week, but she is an all-around athlete. And the pitch. This one just past the second baseman, finds the hole. And in classic form, McMahon hits a single the opposite way and standing at first base with 1 out. With McMahon due up. And they're going to come out and have a conversation. Last time she left one. Here is McMahon stands at first with a single. McMahon due up here. They're going to talk about it in the circle, come up with some strategy here, and that's right. Need to kiss those bats. And Alan Wilson, thank you, my friend. You never seem to leave me speechless with what you say. And the head girls basketball coach in Van, Texas, I appreciate your banter always. Stepping into this one, McMahon is at first. McMahon in the plate and the pitch. Has her chasing a rise ball right there as it fouls back off the net. What's up, Josh? Glad you're on with us. Jessica Bryant. Yes, we are excited for Zoe too. Thank you so much. And the pitch. Took something off that one. Fades off the outside corner. Ball 1. The racket's starting to happen tonight, man. People on their feet behind us. It's the top of the 10th. What more could you ask for? Lights slowly getting brighter. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Takes something off that one, hits it back to the pitcher. They're going to try for the double play, but she'll be safe as her hand hits the bag. Instead of getting the out at first and potentially getting the second out, she turns and throws it to the shortstop, and the shortstop mishandles it there. And McMahon slides in and touches the bag. 1 out, 2 on. Wilson up. on the fielder's choice in the E4. Magmahon at first. McMahon at second. Wilson up. She is due for a big hit here. The cleanup hitter for the Lady Jackets. The fans are behind her. Then the pitch. Outside corner. No good. Ball one. Doesn't like it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Win on deck. Kretzberg in the hole. And the pitch. This one to the shortstop. She'll turn to third, get the lead runner out. And they complete the play there on the fielder's choice, and that'll be a 6-5 as McMahon is erased. Still runners at first and second, however, for the Lady Jacket. McMahon and Wilson on. Courtney Wynn. Outside corner, no. Catcher reaches way over to the right. Courtney Wynn, the sophomore. Slows that one down. It finds the inside corner on that curveball that had her watching. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Wynn to the second baseman. She'll stop, make the throw to first, and erase. A great chance for the Lady Jackets as Wynn grounds out to the second baseman with a 4-3 right there, and we go to the bottom of the 10th here. Into the game 1 of the semi-final round. I'm Jason Goodson. You're listening to the Nest Game Day. All right, here we go. We're in the bottom of the 10th here in Prosper, Texas at Walnut Grove High School, the beautiful Walnut Grove High School. And Lady Hawks are up here as Nixon steps in for them in the bottom of the 10th, backs up on that one, and need to be aggressive here against the bottom of the order. We've had a K here for Nixon, and 2 putouts by McMahon after that. She needs to feed the strike zone here. Make her go after it or watch it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Can everybody still hear me? Are we still good? I had one down as it gets through past the third baseman, and not what you wanted to see there as they get the leadoff hit. Nixon here, and 8, 9, and 1 due for this one, and she gets the single into left field. And they're going to have a
coming in to run number 2, Rylan Rashke.
courtesy runner here for Nixon. She's the first baseman. Ratchke steps in as Pike is going to lay down a bunt here and try to move her. As the coach came down the line to settle up the details with the blue. She's going to have a conversation now with his batter. And they're going to make the play here. They're going to do a delayed steal, possibly. She's going to do a fake bunt or lay it down and make the Lady Jackets work here and see what happens here. Pike is stepping back out, and the lights are getting a little brighter now. Hopefully you can see a little better. Offers at it, but tried to pull back, but not in time. It's strike one here for Pike, and she tried to get out of the box before the ball was actually laid down on the ground, and that's the number one problem that you see with the girls in trying to bunt is they try to leave the box early right there, and a great job of blocking right there from Wynn, who blocked it with her kneecap, got out in front of it, and kept it from going behind her, and the runner stays at first. And that's a big play right there. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Pike. And the pitch. This one's going to be up in the air, and a free out right there as Pike is not able to convert and move the runner. She stays at first. It's 1 out, and you got another opportunity here, but this is the top of the lineup, and looks like she may lay it down here as he calls the play here as well. Trying to get her in the scoring position. They just need the 1 run to finish game 1 here. And she's going to steal. Nice throw from Wynn. A great play by McMahon. Wynn, the catcher throws her out, trying to steal. And they've erased the base runner after the single. With a 2-6, she's thrown out. Now Kennedy steps in from the right side, down 0-1. Another great defensive play for the Lady Jackets. Marshall snags that one and a hard shot up the middle. And the Lady Jackets stay alive. Going to the top of the 11th. The 1-3 right there. Marshall making it look easy. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the 11th inning here in game number 1. 3-3. I'm Jason Goodson. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into this one. It's the top of the 11th here in Walnut Grove, Prosper, Texas. And the Division 3A Division 1 state championship, or state semifinal, excuse me. Game number 1. Kretschberg is up, and if there's one kid that's ever due, it's this young lady right here. She has been to the plate 4 times tonight and has struck out 4 times, one time looking, and she can absolutely change the atmosphere here with one swing. Swings through that one, ball 1, strike 1. Has the ability to drive the ball to all parts of the field, and last week against Whitesboro had 4 singles and scored a few times in that one. That one on the inside, doesn't like the inside pitch, and ball 2. Robert Reynolds, I saw you here earlier. Hey, Mark Chitty, what's up, my man? 11th inning magic, the head coach of Grand Saline. Thanks for joining in with us, and good luck to your ladies against Coahoma. I know that it's a big series coming up for you. And, man, I wish you all the best of luck. What a cool thing that would be to see us from the same district be able to represent as far as we have. This is a slow roller to shortstop. Safe is Kretschberg as she hustles down the line with a single here, as that was deep in the hole. And we were talking about these East Texas teams, and
Coming to the plate, number 5.
Kretschberg gets on first and represents the go-ahead run for the Lady Jackets as Marshall steps in. She can help her out here. Marshall's been awesome in the circle tonight and has some great defense behind her, and the Lady Jackets have really jumped on that one. What's up, James Saldana? How are you? And talking about Mark Chitty and the Lady Indians, and just the here's what I've always admired about Coach Chitty, and just his, number one, his faith and his culture that he's built over in Grand Saline, and just how the ladies respond to him, and just a testimony to the community and what he's done. Marshall, slow roller to the pitcher, but she does move Kretschberg in to scoring position right there, as Kretschberg stands at second as the go-ahead, and Marshall moves her, and it'll be a 5-3 in the slow roller right there. She had a full swing through that one. But remember the years, and always a great rivalry between the Lady Indians and Mineola, and what a tough district that we represent as co-champs. And the pitch here, up and over to the right, strike 1. Hopefully you can see a little better on your screens now, as the lights have finally gotten bright and clouds have kind of darkened up behind us. Hey, Conrad, glad you're on and joining us here. It's the top of the 11th, 3-3. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Kretschberg at second base. 1 out. As Marshall moved her to second. Lady Jacket fans on her feet as the DP short steps out. Take a breather here. Maddie, the senior designated player, has been at the position all year. This one fouled off and just out of play over the right side. And the pitch. This one to the shortstop. Avoids the tag right there, but throws her out at first with the 6-4, as Kretschberg almost got tagged there. Could have been a scary situation, almost an interference right there, but it's not. Danielle, I don't have any hair whatsoever, so your gray hairs, I'd take every one of those. Mine has already fallen out. Out number 2, 6'4" there. Young steps in. Young needs to find a hit here to get on base. Can't go down watching here. Got to not let the umpire decide for you. She has the ability to punch that ball. They're playing her deep in left field, and she has the ability to punch it over the head of the third baseman. This would be a great spot for it right here. Ball 1, and the players out in the field hanging on to every pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Go ahead, run at third in Kretzberg. Swings through that one. Dips that back shoulder, running towards the pitcher there, and swings underneath it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chaos happens when you make contact. Here we go. Ooh, that made me nervous right there. Went into fan mode. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Deuces on the board. Needs to go down fighting right here. Find a way. Fouls that one back. Stays alive. Would love to see her catch one here and drive it to right center. There's a decent gap. They're all playing her short. This one fouled back into the left here off the net. Net stretches all the way from the end of the third base dugout to the first base dugout. And probably about 30 foot tall. And the pitch. Outside corner, full count. Oh, man. Don't let him decide, baby. You get in that box and you go to work. Here comes Young and the pitch. This one up in the air. This one over the head. Oh, she makes a great play. Unbelievable. Wow. The center fielder with a Willie Mays catch out in center field. Running backwards. Brings it in. Off the bat, I thought it was down for sure. Wow. You got to admire the defensive play on both sides of the ball tonight. And whoo, take a deep breath. Take a restroom break. Get some water. Get your popcorn. We're going to the bottom of the 11th here in the semifinal round of game number 1. The 3A Division I state playoffs between the Lady Jackets of Mineola and the Lady Hawks of Iowa Park. Welcome back into this one. This is not a joke. We are at the bottom of the 11th here in Prosper, Texas at 8:24 p.m. Game started at 6. We have almost played a game and a half here. Actually, we have played a game and a half. This is it, the halfway point here as McCormick steps in. And Jalen Marshall still in the circle for the Lady Jackets. Strike 1. That's right, Coach Thomas. Nothing less than the best from both teams in this one right here, and that's exactly right. Didn't like that one. Outside, ball 1, away from her. 1 ball, 1 strike. Both teams putting it all out on the line here, and got to give Barnes credit in center field. Made a great play right there. And just like McMahon's play early on, 6th inning, she goes out and ranges and makes it almost impossible catch, laying out. This was on a dead sprint. It was over her head and brought it in. And Marshall, working her tail off in the circle, asked for a little bit of an explanation, but doesn't get it. It's 3 balls, 1 strike here to McCormick. Doesn't need to put her on here. Needs to work hard, go after her. She's going to step out, take a breath, walk around the circle. And the pitch. Goes up and in right there. Runner at first is McCormick. On a base on balls. And
coming to the plate, number 3, Callista Barrett.
Here comes Barrett. He's had a single tonight, 1 for 4. He's grounded out to second base 3 times. So I've worked myself a little, talking about the intensity of the game. I have worked a major strawberry on my elbow here tonight, leaning in on this chair. In the bottom of the 11th, runner at first base for Iowa Park is McCormick. The pitch inside, nice job there by Wynn to catch that one off the ground. It was low and inside for ball 1. Little fatigue having to set in here for Marshall, but she's been here before. Knows the stakes. And the pitch. This one fouled off and to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Barrett will be going to West Texas A&M to play there and extend her career beyond high school in the fall. Marshall, the pitch. Inside. Don't want to be too careful here, but you want to attack the zone. Let your defense work. They've been working for you all night long and have made some great plays, and make her chase the drop ball. She's going to step out and take a breath. Two balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. That went up and in. Wynn fakes the throw, has her diving back in to first. Wynn's going to go out. 3 balls, 1 strike, and she's going to go calm her pitcher down and settle her in right here with a runner at first and no outs in the bottom of the 11th. Just see the maturity of the Lady Jacket team over the years have progressed. We went through some hard times 7 years ago and winning 4 games in a season, just getting our teeth smashed in. This ball's in the gap. To the right is Reed. She'll have it. Excuse me, Castleberry over there, and they cut it off. There's a runner at first and third now as Barrett finds a gapper. And the go-ahead run is at third base for Iowa Park here in game number 1 with no outs.
Now at the plate, Bailey Martinez.
With a hard single to the gap. McCormick stands at third. Represents the winning run tonight as Cheshire's going to go out to the circle and have a conversation with the infield and set up the defense here and hopefully work their way out of this one. And no outs on the board. Can be done. Got to hold the runner at third and make sure that there is no room for her to come across the plate. Barrett has been equally just as dominant in the circle tonight as Marshall has been. Marshall has had some great defense behind her, and so has Barrett. And number 14, Martinez, number 4 hitter, steps in. Possibly going to try to win this one on a squeeze as she faked the bunt there. I would look for her to lay it down right here and see if they can try to advance or get the runner in the rundown. Strike one. Ball one, strike one. Runner at third. Lady Jackets and the pitch. This one in the hole, and Iowa Park is going to walk this one off in game number 1 against the Lady Jackets. And it's going to be a 4-3 final here in game number 1 in the bottom of the 11th as Martinez found the hole for a single and knocked in McCormick, who turned out to be the base on ball and the winning run. And the final here tonight in game number 1, 4-3. And that's the way the cookie crumbles tonight on the Nest game day in stunning fashion. But the Lady Jackets have been here before against Hugh Springs, losing that one 6-5 in 12 innings, but winning 2 straight to advance to the regional semifinal. But the Lady Jackets fall here tonight in game number 1 in the semifinals, 4-3. We'll be right back to finish this one up here in Prosper, Texas at Walnut Grove. I'm Jason Good. Hey guys, thank you for the opportunity to let me come in and bring you this game tonight. What an exciting game 1 it is. It didn't fall our way, and Iowa Park sneaks one in here in the bottom of the 11th, and a long game here as it's 8:34 p.m. 2 hours and 34 minutes it took to play this one, and the Lady Jackets really struggled against Barrett. She was the key for them in the circle over there, and she had, I think it was 15 strikeouts for the evening for the Iowa Park ladies. And we took advantage of the 3rd inning, but never scored another run again after that. And she just had control in the circle. Lady Jackets had great defense behind Marshall tonight, and I would say that Caitlin McMahon, just, my player of the game right there with the defensive plays, but also the nice drive in here by McMahon. So here's what's in store. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. will be game number 2. We'll have it live for you here on the Nest game day, and expect the Lady Jackets to come out tomorrow firing and fighting and being ready to show the grit that they've shown all throughout the playoffs. It's been an amazing run for them up to this point, and we love you guys. We thank you for allowing us to bring you this action tonight. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night. I'm Jason Goodson. We're going to pack up and get to the house. We got one more day of school tomorrow, and we've got some games tomorrow night. Game number 2 from Prosper, Texas tomorrow night at 5 p.m. on a Thursday night, and an if game to follow. We need to play 2. I'm Jason Goodson. You've been listening to The Nest. Game day. I'm out.